So his right arm is right across his shoulder line. That's what we want. That's where we want to go with your swing. Now there's a reason for that. It's called centripetal force. If I took a stick and I had a string on the end of the stick and I had a ball on it, like a tether ball, and I spun it really fast, it would spin at 90 degrees to the stick. Well, your spine should be, your left arm, or in your case, your right arm should be at 90 degrees to your spine to rotate efficiently. All right, your swing, you got your hands go a little bit up. They go inside a little bit. See how it goes underneath the line? Then you're going to lift, and you go up pretty high, and then you're coming down a little steep. See how the shaft's a little steep coming down there relative to that line. So that's where you're having trouble. I don't want to talk to you, whoever it is, at the moment. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what happens in a good golf swing. Everybody swings on a slightly different plane, but there's windows where you got to keep the club. Okay, that window, when he goes back, when his right arm is right to here. Yeah. All right, if we draw a line on the shaft, that angle's 55 degrees. Okay, when he comes down, he's going to be pretty much on that same angle, or maybe even lower.
Pretty close.
All right, so when he comes down, it's a little more shallow, right? All right, now what you're doing is the opposite. You're taking the club back on a shallow plane. Okay, see how shallow that plane is? So we're going to change all that. We're going to get you to take it back on the correct plane, a little steeper plane. And so so what happens is when you go under, your brain says, well, that's too far under, I got to go over now. I got to get it back on the right plane. Well, so that's what you do. So you go under and then you go up, and now you're going to go over. So the shaft plane is much different coming down. Well, that's why you're inconsistent. We've got to get those lines to be more symmetry, you know what I mean? So the shafts are almost the same in both directions. You see what I mean? So that's why this guy's he's won more tournaments than anybody in the last 20 years except for Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Vijay Singh. Zach Johnson. He's the fourth most winningest golfer.
That's Zach, right-hander.
See that takeaway, Eddie? Mm-hmm. See how the club stays and his hands stay right on that shaft line? That's what you're going to learn how to do. And once you learn that, the club's going to come up the plane, and it's going to come down. And you see how he stays right in that corridor, and he comes down. The club shaft's running right through his forearm, right there. And you see how the club's tracking right on that plane. Well, that's why he's good, because he comes down, and that club's going to come right in the right plane, right into the ball. So that's what we're going to learn how to do. So what we're going to do is get the club to go back more on that red line, and your swing is going to be about right there. That's it. You're not going to have to lift it up anymore. You're going to look like he does at the top, more like that. So all this extra motion, and then coming down you get a little steep. So that's what we're going to change. Yeah.